Hey guys, wanted to do a video today. I know it's been a bit since I've done a video. I've been really busy with work this year, and so it's taken up a lot of my time. And so what I know mainly what I've been doing is Mini Z stuff. I am still racing Mini Zs when I have time to do it, but I've also been working on some other projects as it's starting to get cooler here. There's more stuff that I can do outside. So this is the first one of a couple of R&D projects that I'm doing. So this car is actually the OpenRC F1 car, and everything on this car is 3D printed except for the tires and wheels, the hardware, and the electronics that are in it, which we'll get to here in a couple of minutes. Now this video may go longer than what my videos normally do, only because there's a lot to cover in this. So the total credit goes to Daniel Noré, the one that designed this car to be able to be printable. This is the 2017 version of it, and it printed absolutely beautiful. He's got all the parts set up to print in the correct orientations and everything. So, and before I get into this too much, I just want to tell you that you don't have to have something like a Bambu Labs printer with the AMS and all that on it to be able to print this. I printed this on a couple of sub $200 Ender 3 printers from Creality, which have been awesome printers since I've been printing with a 3D printer, and it's been about 7 years now. So anyway, we'll get into the car, and then I'll open up the cover on it and try to show you some of the highlights and stuff of it. So anyway, I ran two printers to print this car. So one printed the yellow, one printed the black, and it just came out great. So I actually did this. I haven't done this in a couple of years, and I did this because one of the guys that I race local with here, that I race Mini Z with, wanted me to do some other projects with him and stuff. So this was one that we chose to do. So as you can see in the video, the car came out freaking great. Here's the front view, and I'll try to get this in here as best I can of a side view. It doesn't really fit because I got so much stuff on the bench right now. But anyway, so you get an idea of what it is. Now, one of the things you have to remember, this is a 3D printed car. So it's not going to be one that you can set up with like a high performance 4.6S brushless system or anything. It's not designed around that. So what we're doing is running smaller 2S batteries in it, and we're actually going to start racing these. Just something for fun. So it really doesn't have any suspension. So it's pretty rigid. But the car, the couple of times that I've driven it, the car seems to drive okay. I will get some, I haven't recorded video on it up to this point because I wanted to test it first and see how it was going to do. If you need help with, like if somebody decides they want to do this that watches these videos, just let me know. I've got files for everything. The car, I've got some updated stuff on it that the car doesn't show in the regular files, but I found files. Like as you can see right now, it's got contact foams on it. So I made, from somebody else out there, I made 12mm adapters for the front and the rear wheels, so it can run on regular touring car tires if you want it to. Now I do have, I'll bring these into view here a little bit. I do have a set of the F104 by Tamiya rubber tires. I need to get them glued up, and I'm going to try these on it also. they came out really nice, and I think they'll work really well on the car for running rubber tires on it. Let's see. So like I said, it really doesn't have any suspension on it. So we'll get into the electronics on it. I'm hoping that you guys can see this okay. What I ended up doing is you can, through printers.com, you can get like a complete electronics package for this car if you want to. It comes with the bearings for it and the motor, the ESC, I'm pretty sure, and it comes with the bearings, the motor, the ESC, and the hardware, I'm pretty sure. And it's like $52 if you want to buy the stuff from them. I had the electronics, and it just so happened I got lucky. I had all the bearings. The bearings in the front wheels are the same size as the TT01, TT02 diff bearings. So I had plenty of those. You will have to order a set of bearings for the rear axle, is the only ones that I had to order. In this car, I put a Tamiya RZ motor, which is a little bit lower turn than what Daniel Norrie recommends. The recommended motor is a 35 turn brushed motor. Mine's a 23 turn. And I put a Hobbywing 1080 ESC in it, so it is brushed. And then I'm running it on I'm hoping that I can tilt this up and you guys can see this. It's running on a Ovonic 1500 2S battery. And the reason why you see this space in the center, I'll get to in a second. And then I'm running, as far as transmitter wise and stuff, I'm running the Radiomaster MT12, so I can bind multiple receivers to the transmitter. So I'm just using a Traxxas TQ receiver that I had laying around. And so as you can see, when the car's together, the detail and the quality on this thing is awesome. And like I said, there's some stuff that I printed for it that isn't in the main print file. So like the head and stuff like that, I got all those files. So if you guys are interested in printing one and you have a 3D printer, just let me know. The only difference between like the printers that I used one printer to print the yellow and one printer to print the black. If you have a Bambu Labs printer, I know there's files out there that you can get for the body to do like multiple colors on the body. Like you can do the body all in like silver or black or whatever, and then print the top here, the top sections here in a different color. That didn't bother me, so I wasn't worried about that. My printers work just fine. I mean, if Bambu Labs wants to send me a printer to test and try out, I'm more than willing to have them do that. But the sub $200 printers that I have work fine. So one of the things that I want to go over is Daniel does give you what they call a calibration block to print in the beginning, and you do want to print that because it allows you to make sure that all your tolerance is okay for the nuts and the bolts and stuff that need to go to build the car fit properly. So as you can see, they all fit in mine really good, so I knew my tolerances were good. This car is going to be a lot of fun. I've only driven it like twice since I got it put together, and I promise I will get some video on it the next time, because as you can see, I've got a hole drilled here in the chassis. What my plan is to set this up with an FPV camera for doing videos and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. The car handles really well. I was a little bit worried because you can get a ton of option stuff to print for this, and one of them is a diff for the back end, which I do have the differential printed, and I have a set of wheels that fit with the diff because they are a specific wheel that fits to the diff. But I decided to go a little bit different route, and mine just has a regular spur gear on the back, so it's direct drive. But I went with the 32 pitch so I could run a metal 32 pitch pinion on it. Now if as time goes on, I know a lot of people say 3D printer stuff wears out, whatever. So if the spur gear wears out, I have an adapter printed that I can run a Traxxas slash spur gear on it, and then it'll be metal on metal. But I want to run it through some tests first and see if I even need to go that route, because I have a couple of these spur gears printed already. So I want to run them until they're gone. So like I said in the beginning of the video too, right now it's got contact foams on it, and I've got the 12mm adapters, which I also have the files for those. So if you guys need those, let me know and I can figure out a way how to get them sent to you. You can send me your email through my link on YouTube or whatever. But I also have the rubber tires on wheels, like I said before, that will go on it, and then I don't need the hub adapters. So I'm looking forward to trying it that way too. I actually have a message out to Rick out at Gone Bananas too, because I think I'm gonna print some extra sets of wheels and see if he can do some foams on them for me. I know Rick is really good about that, and that he can, if you have a custom wheel, he can actually make foams to fit the wheels. So I'm probably gonna go down that road too and get some more people involved with this build and what's going on here. And so I don't know, I mean, I'm guessing you guys are probably gonna have some questions about it. So just any questions you have about it, just post them in the comments, and I'm more than willing to answer them. Like I said, I printed mine on 2 different printers. One printer ran the yellow and one ran the black. So it worked out really well that the tolerances and everything are really close on both my printers. And next video I do on this, I will definitely put some run footage in there. I just haven't had time to break out cameras and all that and do run videos lately. And again, like I said, it's a lot of fun to do. It's a couple of years since I've done something like this, and it's a lot of fun to print something and then see it run after you printed it. So just keep that in mind if you decide to take on this project. It does take a little bit to print. You guys out there with the Bambu Labs printer, you could probably print them much faster than I was able to print mine. But for me, in the end, the work is worth it. So anyway, I have some other stuff going too. I'm doing some R&D for some Mini Z stuff. So as you can see, I'll try to pan this as slow as I can. I got both printers running right now, and it's printing Mini Z stuff. So those videos, when this stuff is done, you'll have to wait on, because I want it to be a surprise when I put the new Mini Z stuff out. So anyway, for now, if you're interested in printing a 1/10 F1 car, you can find the files on Thingiverse, and there's other multiple sites that have them. Just let me know if you need the files. I can send them to you with the upgrades and stuff that I've done on mine, and you can print it and have a good time with it. So anyway, we will talk to you guys in the next one.